brighten up your decor with this wonderful summer-themed wildflower bouquet from the Botanical Collection. Greetings folks, welcome back to the channel, The Brick Sweethearts. In today's video, we will be returning to the Botanical Collection in Lego, and more specifically, we will be looking at set number 10313, the Wildflower Bouquet. We have previously touched on this theme with the bouquet of roses that was released at the beginning of this year in preparation for Valentine's Day. If you haven't yet seen that video, do make sure to check it out, it's quite fun. And additionally, we have purchased a couple of smaller botanical sets that contain more individual flowers, but this set in particular have caught my eye and I've been wanting it for quite a while. It is absolutely boosting with colors and I can't wait to get into building this. We have been wanting to expand our botanicals collection for quite a while, and today we get to do just that. I will get these built and then I will give you my opinion on these wonderful flowers depicted. For those of you who might be interested in adding this lovely flower decor to your collection, I'm just going to give a few thoughts about the building process itself. Remember folks, the botanical sets tend to have quite a few technic pieces, so if you're not a fan of those, this may not be the set for you. And also, surprisingly, building it took me a lot longer than expected, so if you are planning on building it, make sure that you allocate sufficient time for it. On a positive note, unlike the bouquet of roses, this set gives you a variety of different wildflowers to create, which makes the whole building process less repetitive, and also showcases a number of building techniques. In terms of the building process itself, I would say my least favorite flower out of them all was the cornflower, as the little spiky pieces were too sharp and were slightly hurting my fingers as I was putting them together. On the other hand, I really enjoyed building the lupin. It had some interesting part usage, especially the use of pirate hats as flower petals. It was a bright idea and I definitely wouldn't have thought of using these parts in such a manner. Overall, there wasn't anything overly complicated in the build. The process itself was fairly straightforward, but surprisingly, it still took quite a long time. However, the hard work pays off when you get yourself a vase, pop these flowers in, and all of a sudden you can brighten up any room in your house. And we're back folks. I have just finished building these beautiful flowers and this is what the finished product looks like. As I mentioned earlier in the voiceover, not all flowers are the same and some of them were a pleasure to build while others were trying to hurt me. I'm of course referring to these ones which I believe are called cornflower, and what I didn't enjoy as much is that it has a lot of these sharp pieces that you have to kind of push in, and that was really hurting my fingers, so these weren't the most enjoyable to build, but nevertheless they still do look very good. I have to say the color composition of this bouquet is wonderful. I think the combination of bright yellow along with different shades of pink and purple and small additions of blue creates a perfect warm bouquet that just fits so perfectly aesthetically in your home as a decoration. For me, it gives this very lovely summer vibe with the bright colors, but they're also kind of pastel, so they're not too in your face, which makes it really, really pleasing to look at. One criticism that I have, apart from the spikies, which I already mentioned earlier, is that these lovely lavenders could be elongated, as I feel they're a little bit short and they're getting completely lost in this bouquet among all the other flowers, which is a shame because I think that the building technique of this is really cool and they look quite beautiful, and in real life lavenders are a very striking flower. So it's a little bit disappointing to see them fading in the background and getting lost among all the other flowers. I feel like if you completely took them out of the bouquet, you wouldn't even notice that they're missing and they were supposed to be there in the first place. And it is a bit of a shame. I think maybe down the line, I might look into getting some extra pieces and making them slightly longer and bigger myself to add to this bouquet for my own house decoration. If I had to pick my favorites out of this whole combination, I would probably struggle between these lupin flowers and these gerbera daisies. The lupin flowers look really cool, and as I mentioned earlier, they have a very interesting building technique that just really adds to the overall aesthetic on how they come across. But on the other hand, the gerbera daisies give off real main character energy of this bouquet, as they really steal the spotlight by being the brightest and the prettiest. And I personally actually really like gerbera daisies in real life, so for me to have them in Lego form is just amazing. I also would just like to give a shout out to these two beautiful yellow Welsh poppies, as well as this lovely blue larkspur. I feel like the poppies really help add to the overall summer vibe of the bouquet, while the larkspur gives it that extra height and it doesn't make it feel too bunched up. From the ferns to the cow parsleys, get yourself a little vase. Make sure it's not too long, as the stems of these flowers are relatively short, and spruce up your home with these lovely decorations. And the best thing about these flowers is that you don't have to worry about watering them. I had tons of fun building these flowers, and I really enjoyed adding them to my overall collection. I now have the roses and this wildflower bouquet to add, and it's just a wonderful decoration for my home. I will continue to make sure to get the rest of the botanicals that are available, and I will keep you updated on my journey as I'm getting new sets and building and reviewing them. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of those updates as they come out. Let me know down in the comments if you have this set yourself and which flower is your favorite. Also, if you have any other botanicals and if you have any recommendations on how to make them better and decorate your home better, also let me know down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a little like, and until next time, take care, folks.